And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to game number 2 between the Wentworth Military Academy Red Dragons and your Highland Scottish. First contest ended Highland 17, Wentworth 6. Upcoming events this week in Highland Athletic coming up on Wednesday, March the 1st. Ladies and men's basketball at Labette Community College starting at 5:30 and 7:30 in Parsons, Kansas. We'll be down there bringing you the action live over the Sky Sports Network as both teams go for first round buys in the Region 6 tournament coming up on Saturday, March the 4th. Men's also going for an undisputed JR Conference basketball title for the first time in school history. Coming up on Thursday, March the 2nd, Scotty Baseball will be back on the air as they host the Labette Community College Cardinals here at the Highland Community Ballpark. First game starts at 1 o'clock, followed by the 9-inning contest at 3 o'clock. That'll be the first JR Conference action for both programs. Then on Saturday, March the 4th, baseball will be at Labette in Parsons, Kansas. 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock starts from down there. I don't believe there'll be any media coverage from down there, but we'll look for updates on Twitter if possible. Also on Saturday, March the 4th, Scotty Softball takes part in the Cloud County Spring Classic Tournament out in Concordia, Kansas. Highland will take on Western Nebraska at 2 o'clock, followed by Central Nebraska at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Then on Sunday, they'll take on Northeast Nebraska at noon, followed by Iowa Lakes at 2 o'clock. Scotty Baseball gets back in action on Tuesday, March the 7th, as they host North Central Missouri, but that game will be played at Missouri Western State University in St. Joseph, Missouri. 2 o'clock start for a 1-9 inning contest at the beautiful field over there at Mo West in St. Joe, Missouri. We'll have to double check and see if we can sneak over there and bring you some action from there. The women's basketball tournament begins on Saturday, March the 4th, with the number 6 seed number 6 seed at the number 3 seed. Number 5 will be at number 4. The first 2 seeds in the tournament on men's and women's get a bye. And the number 7 seed will stay home. And I'll be back in just a bit as I enter in Wentworth's roster for the second game. I'll be back in a bit. You're watching the Sky Sports Network.
Deshaun Waters.
Then welcome back to the second ball game between the Wentworth Military Academy and your Highland Scottish. Final score of game number 1 was Highland 17, Wentworth 6. Your defensive lineup this time for the Scottish. Starting in the outfield, in left field will be number 22, Jacob Hansen. Your center fielder will be number 6, Cameron Richardson. In right field will be number 16, Keyshawn Brown. Around the infield in game number 2 will be Cedric Rodriguez at third base. Your shortstop will be Adam Miller. Your second baseman will be Mitchell Austin. At first base will be Mason Nagel. Your first baseman will be Mason Nagel. Behind the plate will be number 14, Josh Grubal. Your DH for game number 2 is number 23, Phoenix Keller. And on the hill for the Scotties in game number 2 will be Jake Cleveringa. Cleveringa will be a 6'2", 210-pound freshman out of North Bend, Nebraska. Jake with an ERA of 10.80. He's looking for his first decision on the year. He's appeared in one contest so far this year, pitched an inning and 2/3. He's allowed 2 runs, both of them earned on 1 hit. He's walked none, struck out none. He's hit 3 batters. He's allowed 1 home run and thrown 1 wild pitch. For Wentworth, their lineup for game number 2 looks this way. In the outfield, in the left, will be Joan Martinez. In center field will be Victor Diaz. In right field will be Jonathan Miles. Around the infield at third base will be Abdil Rivera. Your shortstop will be Gabriel Rios. At second base will be Chris Wright. At first base will be Aaron Schuster. The catcher will be Deshaun Waters. Your DH will be Pernell Green. And pitching for Wentworth in game number 2 will be Yanel Hernandez. Wentworth now 0-4 on the season. The Scotties now 5-4 on the year. But again, taking the hill for the Scotties here in game number 2 will be Jake Cleveringa. Jake again, a 6'2", 210-pound right-hander freshman out of North Bend, Nebraska.
I just think it was so cool to go out and sell out a little
somewhere,
or a little theater that we were playing.
Scotties now 5-4 on the year after the 17-6 victory in game number 1. Scotties with 11 runs in the bottom of the second to come from behind and defeat the Wentworth Red Dragons. High defense, don't forget, coming up on Wednesday, women's and men's basketball down at Parsons, Kansas versus Labette. Both teams going for first round byes in the Region 6 tournament coming up next Saturday. Hey, young man. Well, thank you. How you doing, young man? Good fighter. Turning out to be a beautiful afternoon down here in northeast Kansas, Community Ballpark in Highland. Temperature in the low 50s. The wind has died down quite a bit. I had a quick check of weather.com on the internet. Says now that the temperature is 52 degrees. It feels like 48. The wind out of the southwest at 11 miles an hour, blowing out to the left, but it's really not a factor in the ball game at this time. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Highland Athletics throughout this contest if you cannot watch the video. We have 24 of you watching it at this time at the beginning of game number 2. And leading it off will be Jonathan Miles, a freshman out of Creighton, Missouri, with a batting average of 0. And the first pitch to him from Jake Cleveringa, if he's in there for a strike. Scotty's again with 5 runs in the bottom of the first and 11 runs in the bottom of the second. Blew the game wide open in game number 1. After Wentworth had taken a 2-0 lead after 1/2 of an inning. Miles at the plate. This is his 5th ball game of the year. 6 at bats, 1 run on no hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and been hit by a pitch once coming into the day's action. And the second pitch is in there. It's strike. Oh, just outside, says the home plate umpire. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Leadoff batter for Wentworth at the plate. Just starting game number 2 here. And he hit him. So we start off by hit by pitch. That is the second time that Miles has been plunked this year. That is the 4th hit batsman by Cleveringa. And that'll bring up Gabriel Rios. Rios, freshman out of Puerto Rico, batting $125 on the year. The starting shortstop. Miles is 1 for 1 in stolen bases coming to today's action. As Cleveringa checks the runner. Now delivers to the plate. They throw back down to first base. And Miles back in with a head first slide. Rios has been to the plate 8 times. 2 runs on 1 hit. Walked once and struck out 3 times. Again, Wentworth, an NJCAA Division II program out of Region 16, which contains the state of Missouri. Scotty's a Division I program out of the Jayhawk Conference in Region 6, state of Kansas. Fly ball out to right, that's going to drop in front, and the runner will hold at second base. So a single to right, first hit off of Cleveringa. And that'll bring up Abdil Rivera.
Now batting number 3, Abdil Rivera.
Rivera batting .375 on the season, playing third base here, the number 3 batter in the lineup. 8 at-bats, 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 doubles, no RBIs on the year. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. Pitched upstairs, says the gentleman in the black pullover, and count goes to 1-0. Wentworth with an enrollment of 300 students, according to the national website. They were established back in 1923. Highland, of course, established in 1858, the oldest college in the state of Kansas. Popped up, shallow right field. Mitch Austin goes out at right and makes the catch, and the runner will at the hole.
Now batting the first baseman, number 25.
Now batting,
Aaron
Schuster, the first baseman. Sophomore out of Wellington, Missouri, batting 300 in the cleanup spot. Schuster drove in a couple runs in game number 2. He'd been to the plate 10 times, 1 run on 3 hits, 1 home run, 3 RBIs on the year, 6 total bases. He's got a slugging percentage of .600 with runners in scoring position. That pitch outside. Pitch cut the outside corner for a strike. Home plate kind of ducked it over with dirt at the moment. Checking the runner at second, now delivered to the plate. Fastball low and away. Nice stop behind the plate by Josh Grubaugh. Josh with 2 pass balls on the air. Sophomore out of Collinsville, Oklahoma. Catching here in game number 2. Fastball taken out to right. That's going to drop in there. Ball will get back in here. They're going to throw the ball to the plate. Here comes the runner. Will hold at third, and the bases are loaded. So a hit batsman and 2 singles to right have loaded the bases with 1 down here in the top of the first. As Deshaun Waters, the catcher, at the plate. Waters, freshman out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, batting .500 on this season. 2 at-bats, 1 run on 1 hit, 1 double, and 2 RBIs for the young man. He's walked once, yet to strike out in the ball game. He's got an on-base average of 667. Has a strike on the inside corner with a fastball.
Well, good. Good work, Jake. Back to work.
Wind dying down here at the community ballpark. Turning off to be a pretty nice afternoon. Compared to what we thought earlier this morning, we had some rain sprinkles. As it was right around freezing this morning here in Highland. Pitched low and away, and the count goes to 1-1. Bases are loaded, 1 out. We're in the top of the first in game number 2. Scotties took the first contest, 17-6, to stretch their record now to 5-4, and drop Wentworth to 0-4. That pitch, strike at the knees on the outside corner, says the whole plate umpire. But now Clever Ringer ahead in the count, 1-2. This is just the 4th time these two teams have played each other in their histories. Ground ball, second base. Austin has it. He'll go to second for 1. They'll go to first, but not in time. The 1-run scores. That'll go down as a fielder's choice. 4-6. 2 down in the inning, 1 run across for
17. Victor Diaz.
For Wentworth. Clever Ringer now with runners at the corners. And Victor Diaz, the center fielder at the plate. Diaz out of Puerto Rico, batting .300. Takes the first offering for a strike. Get them up, please. I need to know what they are. Diaz has been to the plate 10 times this year. 1 run on 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and 4 strikeouts coming into today's action. Did he go around? The base umpire said no. Count of 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs and 2 on for the Wentworth Military Academy out of Lexington, Missouri. Jake Clever Ringer on tail here in game number 2. Swing and a miss on a beautiful off-speed pitch. Had him out in front. Count goes to 1-2. Tanner Duncan came away with his first win of the year in game number 1. Hunter Idle came in to do some cleanup work to pick up the victory. One-two pitch. There goes the runner at first. That's down low. Nice job by Grubauer to keep the ball at the plate and keep the runner at third. Runners on second and third now for Wentworth. The easy out up the middle has been taken away. Highland will have to get the free retiring out at first base. And a fastball lifted out to right side. Fly ball out to right. Jake Hansen comes in and makes the easy catch for the out. And that retires the side. That's Keyshawn Brown out there, my mistake. So the Red Dragons leave 2 on the base paths. They get 1 on the board. We go to bottom of 1. It's Wentworth 1, Highland 0. I'll be back in a second. You're watching the Sky Sports Network. Set on the hill for Wentworth will be Yanel Hernandez, a freshman out of KU, Puerto Rico, Cayey, ERA of 7.20. He's got an 0-1 record. He's appeared once on the hill with a 1-game start. He went 5 innings of work. Give up 5 runs, 4 of those earned on 9 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. He gave up 1 home run, and he's hit 3 batters. He's going to face Keyshawn Brown, Mitch Austin, and Jacob Hansen, the 1, 2, and 3 batters, the Highland lineup here in game number 2. Highland fans, don't forget, coming up on Thursday, March the 2nd, Scotty Baseball returns home against Labette Community College. Highland and the Cardinals will get underway at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the first Jayhawk Conference and Region 6 doubleheader of the year for both teams. Highland travels to Labette on Saturday, March the 4th for 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock starts in Parsons, Kansas. You'll have to double check me on Facebook or Twitter at Ruskarn, RUSSKARN, for possible updates of those ball games in Parsons. On Wednesday, March the 1st, men's and women's basketball at Labette. 5:30, 7:30 are your game times. We will be in Parsons on Wednesday to bring you the action of the final regular season contest for both teams. Scotty softball travels to Cloud County on Saturday and Sunday next weekend. They take part in the Cloud County Spring Classic. Check the live stats out of the Highland dugout and softball at ScottyAthletics.com. Keyshawn Brown will lead us off. Keyshawn, the 5'9", 160-pound freshman out of Ozaki, Kansas, batting .263 on the year. Keyshawn leads the team in walks, strikeouts, hit batsmen. He walked 8 times, struck out 7, and had 4 hit bats or hit by pitches coming into today's action. Got the first offering to him from Hernandez is upstairs for ball 1. Keyshawn batting .362, 19 at-bats, 9 runs on 5 hits, 6 RBIs. Got an on-base average of .548. That pitch upstairs for ball 1, or ball 2. 2-0 to count, leadoff batter for the Scotties. Mitch Austin, second baseman in the on-deck circle. That's hit by a pitch.
Now batting for the Scotties, the second.
Hit him on a 2-0 pitch.
Mitchell Austin.
First hit batsman of the contest. That is the 4th hit batsman by Hernandez this season. And again, Keyshawn Brown now with 5 bruises on the season to his count. He was hit in game number 1. Mitch Austin steps in. Mitch, a 6'1", 185-pound sophomore out of Sydney, Australia, batting .333. Take the first pitch outside or low at the knees for a strike. Mitch has been to the plate 30 times, 4 runs on 10 hits, 2 doubles, 6 RBIs, 12 total bases this year for the young man out of Australia. There's a line drive to the shortstop. He bobbles it. Could not make the throw back to the plate. They do say he held it long enough for the out. He brought it out trying to throw it. So there's now 1 down.
Now
that'll bring Jake Hansen.
Jacob Hansen.
Jake Hansen, 6'3", 205-pound sophomore out of Shawnee, Kansas, batting .345. Leads the team in at-bats with 29. He also leads the team in RBIs with 9. 9 runs on 10 hits, 2 doubles, and 1 round tripper on the year. .517 slugging percentage, .441 on base percentage. He's walked 5 times and struck out 6 times. He's yet to be hit by a pitch, which at the JUCO level is a rarity. Throw to first base. Keyshawn Brown back into the bag. Brown came into today's contest 2 for 3 in stolen bases. He stole a base in game number 1, if I recall right. One 0 pitch. There goes the runner. They throw down to second base off to the left. Brown is in there with another stolen bag. Unofficially, Keyshawn now 4 out of 5. Make that, yeah, correction, 4 out of 5 on the air. So Highland with a runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the first, trailing 1-0. Fastball outside corner for strike. Hansen, the left fielder at the plate. Cedric Rodriguez due up next. Fastball swinging a miss, but down and in. And there for a strike. The count evens at 2-2. Pitch down in the dirt. Runner will go to third on the play. That'll be a wild pitch. They're going to hold Brown up at third base. So now the Scotties with the tying run, 90 feet from home. And a 3-2 count on the batter, Jacob Hansen. Jacob should get a nice pitch to look at here. Here's the windup and the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. First walk given up by Yanel Hernandez.
Number 17.
His third walk given up of the season. And that'll bring up Cedric Rodriguez, the third baseman. Rodriguez was your DH in game number 1, a 5'10", 175-pound freshman out of Puerto Rico, batting .333. Cedric with a team-leading .667 on-base percentage. And even the home plate umpire says, cut the music. I love that one. Breaking pitch. Ball gets away from the catcher. And coming in to score is Keyshawn Brown. Going into second base is Jake Hansen. Home plate music gets a little loud down here. And I know we want the walk-up music, but we need to cut the volume just a hair. And at the plate will be Cedric Rodriguez. 1-1 game. We're in the bottom of the first. Scotty's still batting with one out here. Foul ball back to the screen. Jake Hansen at second base. Jake 2 for 3 and stolen bases on the air. Pitch down in the dirt. The runner will go to third. Throw to third base. He threw that clear over the third baseman and second fielder's head. Here comes the throw to the plate, and Hansen's in there safely. That will go down as an error on a wild pitch by the catcher, as that one cleared the third baseman and the shortstop and hit it out into left field. So the Scotties will take a 2-1 lead on one-hit matchman and a walk, and Highland's yet to get a hit in the contest. And we still got one out here in the bottom of the first. So a 2-1 count on the cleanup batter, Cedric Rodriguez. Fly ball, right-hand side. Short or second baseman will go out in shallow right. He'll make the catch, and there's now 2 down.
Now batting the catcher, number 14.
That'll bring up the catcher, Josh Grubaugh. Josh Grubaugh, the 5'7", 170-pound sophomore out of Collinsville, Oklahoma. Grubaugh batting .357 on the year. This is his 6th game appearance. He started now 5 ball games. Big swing on the first pitch for a strike. Grubaugh's been to the plate 14 times, 5 runs on 5 hits. 1 double, 1 homer, 7 RBIs. He's walked 3 times and struck out 3 times. He's also been hit by a pitch once. That pitch is in there for a strike, and he's quickly down the count 0-2. Pitch misses the plate. That's out there, and ball goes over the pitcher's head. Second baseman will run that down. 1-2 the count to the batter. Josh Grubaugh with the bases empty. And Highland leading at 2-1 on no hit so far in the game. Pitch upstairs, 2-2. Mason Nagel in the on-deck circle should Grubaugh continue the inning. Here's the pitch from Hernandez. Ground ball, left-hand side. Gets past the shortstop. That'll go in there as an E6.
Now batting for the Scotties, the first baseman, number 12, Mason Nagel.
Mason Nagel steps in, a 5'10", 215-pound redshirt freshman out of St. Joseph, Missouri, batting .071. Nagel's now played in 8 ball games this year. He started 6 of those. Been to the plate 14 times. 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 homer, 3 RBIs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Highland with the Grubauer at first base after the error by the shortstop. Popped him up left-hand side. That's going to reach foul and get out of play. It'll take the high bounce off the asphalt street down the third base line. Count will remain at 2-2. 2-2 count. Breaking ball, strike 3, struck him out. Highland leaves 1 on the base path. They get 2 on the board. We go to the top of 2 at the Scotties 2. The Red Dragons 1. You're watching the Sky Sports Network. Due up for the Red Dragons will be Pernell Green, Juwan Martinez, and Chris Wright. The 7, 8, 9 batters in their lineups. Facing Jake Cleveringa. Cleveringa gave up 1 run on 2 hits in the first inning. He hit 1 batter, did not walk a batter, but he did not strike out a batter. Jake again coming into the ball game with an ERA of 10.80. This is his second appearance of the year. He threw 1 2/3 inning of work earlier in the season, giving up 2 runs, both of those earned on 1 hit. He did not did not strike out a batter. He's now got 4 hit batsmen on the year. He's given up 1 homer and given up 1 wild pitch. And a throw down to second base. We're ready for baseball.
Leading off for the Dragons, the designated hitter.
Pernell Green will lead us off, a freshman out of St. Louis, Missouri. He's been to the plate once this year, and he struck out when he was there. It's his second game played of the season out of Wentworth's 4 games played total. And a first ball fastball upstairs, ball 1. Pitch upstairs, 2-0. So 2 balls, no strike to leadoff batter Pernell Green. Cleveringa, foul ball back and out of play on the 3rd straight fastball to the big man. Two balls and 1 strike. Fastball high and tight, 3-1. Jake has not walked a batter this year, has not struck out a batter this year, but he's plunked 4. Then here's the 3-1. That one missed inside, ball 4. First walk of the season given up by Jake Cleveringa. First walk of the ball game. And that'll bring up Juwan Martinez.
Now batting the left fielder, number 1, Juwan Martinez.
Martinez batting .286 on the season. 7 at-bats, 1 run on 2 hits. No walks and 4 strikeouts on the year for the young man out of Puerto Rico. Cleveringa delivers a fastball, fouled left-hand side. Giving chase out there is Jake Hansen. Hansen squeezes it for the out. There's now 1 down.
Now batting the second baseman, number 13, Chris White.
And that'll bring up now number 13, Chris Wright, the second baseman. Wright batting in number 9 holes, a freshman out of Creighton, Missouri. Does not have any stats on the national website coming into today's action. Fastball to him is down the heart of the plate for a strike. Second pitch down low. Nice job by Scotty Ketcher here in game number 2. And I can double check, make sure I got him right. That's Josh Gruball behind the plate. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. We're in the top of 2. Scotty's leading it by 1. That pitch taken at the knees for a strike. The count now goes to 1-2. Cleveringa with an ERA of 10.80 coming into this action. His second appearance on the hill this year. First game start for Jake out of North Bend, Nebraska. Foul ball at the plate. Runner will retreat back to first. Count remains 1-2. Clouds have came over. We've got the sun no longer shining here at the community ballpark. Things may get a little cooler as we head toward the afternoon hours. We're now at 3:45. We're making at 3:54 p.m. here, Central Standard Time. Temperature was 51 degrees at the start of the contest. That pitch misses down low. Now the count goes to 2-2. Cleveringa comes to an agreement with Gruball behind the plate, and here's the 2-2. Fastball, strike 3, got him looking. 2 down now in the inning. First strikeout of the contest. First strikeout of the year for Jake Cleveringa at the Highland Scotty. That'll bring up the top of the lineup in Jonathan Miles. Miles was hit by a pitch back in the first inning and has scored Wentworth's the only run on the board. Popped him up, right-hand side. Nagel in foul territory, makes the catch for the out, and that'll retire the side. Red Dragons leave 1 on the base pad. They do not score. We go to the bottom of 2. Scotty's 2. Red Dragons 1. You're watching this Scotty Sports Network. Due up for the Scotties in the bottom of the second. Phoenix Keller, the DH, followed by Cameron Richardson in center field and Adam Miner in short. Facing Yanel Hernandez. Hernandez out of Puerto Rico with an ERA of 7.20. Hernandez with an 0-1 record on the year, his second start of the season. So far, he's given up 2 runs on no hits. He's walked 1, struck out 1, and hit 1. He's also had an error by his shortstop, which didn't help him any in the first inning. As Highland put 2 runs on the board, both of those unearned. Throw down to second base. We're ready for baseball. Phoenix Keller, a 6'3", 260-pound sophomore out of Walthena, Kansas.
Number 23, Phoenix Keller.
Phoenix searching for his first hit of the season after 4 at-bats. No runs, no hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts for Keller. This is Phoenix's second game start. He's played in 3 of the 9 ball games Highland has played this year. He did not play in game number 1. Pitch in at the letters for a strike. George Marfo up above, bring you the camera and scoreboard this afternoon. Russ Carn down here at ground level, bring you the play-by-play. So this non-conference doubleheader between the Wentworth Military Academy and your Highland Scotties. Game number 1 was Highland 17, Wentworth 6. As the Scotties now 5-4 on the year. Highland going after the 4-game sweep over the Red Dragons. Pitch upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's your chance to get the leadoff batter here in the bottom of 2. Phoenix. She'll take you for a strike. Phoenix with a bruise that don't count. Here's a 2-2. Fly ball right field. Right fielder will come in. Squeeze it for the out, and there's 1 down. And that'll bring up Cameron Richardson, the center fielder.
Now batting the center fielder, number 6, Cameron Richardson.
Cameron Richardson, a 5'10", 150-pound freshman out of St. Joe, Missouri, batting 200 in the number 8 spot. Cameron starting his 4th ball game of the year in the outfield. 5 at-bats, no runs on 1 hit, no RBIs. 3 strikeouts, no walks. He's been hit once on the year. Takes that pitch low and inside for ball 1. 1 down, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 2nd. Scotty's up 2-1 here in game number 2. Ground ball up the middle. First hit given up by Hernandez. That'll bring up the number 9 batter in the Highland lineup, Adam Miner. Adam, again, leads the team in runs, hits, doubles, RBIs, total bases, slugging percentage, and bases stolen on the season. Batting 500, the freshman out of Omaha, Nebraska. Has started all. He started 8 ball games out of the 9. Big lollipop curve taken for a strike. Adams got 11 runs on 12 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, and a home run, I understand. That did not make the national stats. 9 RBIs and 18 total bases. Fly ball out to right on a curve ball. That's got some distance up on the hill. The right fielder retreats back, makes the catch, and Cameron Richardson will retreat back to first base. So 2 fly outs to right, and we've got 2 outs on the board for the Scotties.
The right fielder, number 16.
And that'll bring up the top of the Highland lineup in Keyshawn Brown. Keyshawn was hit by a pitch back in the 1st inning and came all the way around to score on no hits. Highland got 2 runs on the board on no hits in the 1st inning. Hernandez checks for Richardson over his shoulder, now delivers. They throw back to first base, pitches in for a strike. Now the sun comes back out, as you can see on your screen. Want to give a shout out to Jack Kausker, who's watching us. Oh, and 1, they throw back to first base. There goes the runner, ground ball to the shortstop. Across the diamond for it. Gets away from the first baseman. The runner on third will come around. They're going to, nobody covering. They're going to take him back to the plate. The ball gets away. Going into second base will be Keyshawn Brown. So that'll go down as an E6. Error on the shortstop. Puts runners at second and third with 2 down.
Austin.
And Mitch Austin, the second baseman, will come to the plate. Mitch lined out to the shortstop back in the 1st inning, his first try here in the second ball game. Mitch is 6'1", 185-pound sophomore out of Sydney, Australia, batting .333 in the number 2 hole. First pitch to him was the inside corner for a strike. Jake Hansen in the on-deck circle. Should Austin continue the inning. Scotty with 2 runners on second and third with 2 down here in the bottom of 2. They lead it 2-1. Step off toward third. Nobody covering. Check of the runner at third and start from the windup. Ground ball right back up the middle. That'll score 2. 1 run comes in. 2 runs scored, and Mitch Austin with a 2.
Jacob Hansen.
This is the blues I'm playing.
Jake Hansen now comes to the plate.
Yes, it's a final.
Jake with a walk back in the first inning. His 6th of the season. Hansen, a 6'3", 205-pound sophomore out of Shawnee, Kansas, batting .345. Jake leads the team in RBI with 9 coming in today's action. He's got a .517 slugging percentage. Big lollipop breaking ball in there for a strike. Scotty's with 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second. They lead it 4-1 here. We're still batting in the bottom of 2. Austin 1 for 1 in stolen bases. He picked up a stolen base in game number 1. That'll make him 2 for 2 unofficially. Ball down low, throw to second base is going to be out toward the center field. Austin in with another stolen bag. Deshaun Waters behind the plate. He's had a, for lack of a better term, a hand grenade arm. He throws it, it's not sure where it's going to land. He tried to throw out a runner going to third and threw it clear out in the left. That one was well beyond the bag at second base. Was caught by the second baseman out near the edge of the grass. 2-1 to count to Jacob Hansen, number 3 batter in the Highland lineup, the starting left fielder for the Scotties. Ground line drive right back up the middle. Highland's going to send Mitch Austin from second. The throw will come into second base, and there's back-to-back hits by the Scotties. Single up the gut by Jake Hansen, 3rd hit of the ball game.
Rodriguez.
Picked up another RBI. And that'll bring up Cedric Rodriguez, the 3rd baseman. Rodriguez grounded out, or excuse me, flied out to the second baseman back in the first inning in his first trip to the plate. Pitch down in the dirt. The fastball, ground ball foul down the third base side. Leaving the count out at 1-1 to the Scotty 3rd baseman, Cedric Rodriguez. Cedric, 5'10", 175-pound freshman out of Puerto Rico. He's got 3 at-bats coming into today's action. 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 homer, 2 runs batted in. A slugging percentage of 1.33. Fly ball, shallow center. Center fielder comes right fielder comes charging in. Now the center fielder will take it, and that'll retire the side. Scotties leave 1 on the base pass, but they get 3 on the board and lead it 5-1 going into the 3rd. I'll be back in just a second. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. Due up for the The Red Dragons here in the top of 3 will be Gabriel Rios, Abdil Rivera, and Aaron Schuster, the 2, 3, and 4 batters in their lineup, facing Jake Cleveringa.
Ready.
Instruction, we have a new pitcher on the hill.
Now pitching number 8, Yadi Ling Pacheco.
Number 8, Yadiel Pacheco checks in the Highland lineup on the top of the hill, as he is going to replace Jake Cleveringa. Cleveringa, through 2 innings of work, allowed 1 run on 2 hits. He walked 1, struck out 1, and hit 1.
En esto me parezco a Feli, ritmo que me ponga el ritmo que pateo para mí, que es la camiseta de Balotelli. Todo lo que escupo se pega, Nelly. Parece que Santini y a Pico le suple el jelly. Mayor de 18, no soy el Kelly. Cualquier cosa yo no vi absolutamente nada. Estoy sonando a la Andrea Bocelli. Háganle la bienvenida. El chamaquito que está listo para desde Quintana llegar hasta la Quinta Avenida. No me importa cuánto tú midas. Yo he visto a pana arriesgar su vida por un C Jordan, un su Adidas. Para mí la calle es una calle.
Yadiel Pacheco, a 5'8", 190-pound sophomore out of Puerto Rico, got an ERA of 6. Even got 1 win on the year and his only appearance on the hill through 3 innings of work. He gave up 2 earned runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit batsman, and gave up 1 home run. And guys, I can't hear myself, and I got noise-canceling headphones on.
The shortstop, number 9, Gabriel Rios.
Wow. Gabriel Rios will lead us off. He singled to center first time up. Strike on the inside corner. Rios batting 125 on the year. Young man out of Puerto Rico. 8 at-bats, 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts on the year. That pitch in there for a strike. Curveball gets away from the catcher. Grubauer will throw down to first base to retire the out. That'll go down as a strikeout for Pacheco.
Now batting the third baseman.
That is his 4th of the season. Abdil Rivera flied out to the second baseman last time up, back in the first. Batting .375 on the year. 8 at-bats, 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 doubles, no RBIs. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts on the year for Mr. Rivera. Starting on playing third base here in game number 2. This is the 4th game of a 4-game series between these 2 programs. Highland swept Wentworth down in Lexington, Missouri last Thursday. Scores down in Lexington were 16-4 and 14-8. Highland winning both. Scotty took the first game this afternoon by the count of 17-6. Count now goes to 1-2 on Rivera. Nobody on, 1 out. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. We're in game number 2. That one did not break at all, and it went behind the batter. 2-2, pitch outside, 3-2. Yadiel again coming in relief of Jake Claringa, who went the first 2 innings, gave up 1 run on 2 hits. He walked 1, struck out 1, and hit 1. And that pitch way upstairs, ball 4. First walk given up by Pacheco. He's walked 1 and struck out 1. They're facing 2 batters.
Now batting the first baseman.
And Aaron Schuster will step in.
Aaron Schuster.
Aaron Schuster, the first baseman. Single to right field back in the first inning. Sophomore at Wellington, Missouri, batting .300 on the season. Rivera at first base is 3 for 3 in stolen bases on a swing and a miss by Aaron Schuster. 1 out in the inning. Deshaun Waters in the on-deck circle for the Red Dragons. Had the fastball low and away. Grubel got down in the dirt, kept the runner at first on that play. Highland playing straight away up the middle. Defensively. Schuster with 3 strikeouts on the year. And a pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Miner played back and now get to play at second. Throws to first base for the 1. There's 1 down. That'll go down as a ground out. 6-3. And Deshaun Waters wants to step up. The freshman out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, batting .500 to catcher. He reached on a fielder's choice
Deshaun Waters.
early in the first inning. First inning, excuse me. So Rivera stands at second base after getting a walk and the ground out by the shortstop. Pitch down in the dirt, gets away. He'll go into second base and no throw by Josh Grubauer. That'll go down as a wild pitch. That is Yadiel Pacheco's first wild pitch of the season. Pitch way upstairs, goes off the glove. Cannot go back far enough to allow the runner. So right now, Pacheco down in the dirt and almost over the head of the catcher right at the moment. He's got to get settled down and find his strike zone. As Deshaun Waters reties his shoelace. 5-1 your score. We're in the top of the third. Runner on at third for Wentworth. 2 outs in the inning. There's a pitch just off the edge for ball 2. Make that ball 3. 3-0 pitch. Taken all the way for a strike at the belt. Rivera will have to hold at third. Make sure contact is made before he can take off. Ground ball third base line, but foul. As the ball ricochets off the tarp and goes up over the batting cages, down the road and into the gully. Count out 3-2. 2 outs. That ball hit him from behind.
Now batting the center field.
Second hit batsman of the contest for the Red Dragons. First by Yadiel Pacheco. That's his second hit batsman of the season. First time that Deshaun Waters has been plunked on the air. Victor Diaz, now the center fielder, steps in. He's flied out to right to end the first. Diaz out of Puerto Rico, batting .300 in the number 6 spot. Ground ball. That'll be taken it by Hernandez at first. Or at third, excuse me. Cedric Rodriguez at third made the out. At second, that'll go down to the fielder's choice. 6-4. Highlands out of the inning. Scotties do not allow a run. They leave one on the board. For Wentworth leaves one on the base path. We go to the bottom of the third. Scotty's up 5-1. Josh Gruball will be leading it off, followed by Mason Nagel and Phoenix Keller. As Yanel Hernandez returns to the hill. He's given up 5 runs in 2 innings of work on 3 hits. He's hit 1, walked 1, has yet to strike out a batter. Highland fans, don't forget that coming up this Wednesday, Lady Scotties and Scotties basketball programs will play their final regular season contest down at Labette Community College in Parsons, Kansas. We'll be down there to bring you that action at 5:30 and 7:30 over the Scotty Sports Network. Josh Gruball will lead us off. Gruball reached on there by the shortstop back in the first inning. Josh is sophomore at Collinsville, Oklahoma, batting .357 in the number 5 hole here in game number 2. First pitch taken upstairs for ball 1. Gruball has walked 3 times, struck out 3 times, been hit by a pitch once this year. He's got 7 RBIs on 5 hits, 1 double, 1 home run on the season. Breaking ball taken out to right. Right fielder comes in, makes a diving catch. No, he cannot make the catch. Ball gets past him and goes up on the bank. Gruball will chug into second on the air. That'll go down as an error and on the 9 because it did hit his glove.
Mason Nagel.
Mason Nagel now will come in to bat, the Highland first baseman. Mason ended the first inning with a strikeout swinging.
You gotta kill that when it gets in the box, right?
Can you get that, guys? Okay. My music guy just got warned by the home plate umpire not to play the music once the batter gets in the batter's box. So Mason Daigle takes the first pitch, ball 1. Runner at second base, but nobody down here in the bottom of the third. Scotty's lead it 5-1. Nagel batting .071 on the year, the 5'10", 215-pound redshirt freshman out of St. Joseph, Missouri. Pitch outside, 3 balls and no strikes to Mason Nagel. Nagel with 1 home run on the year, 3 RBIs coming in today's action. As Yanel Hernandez throws the pitch outside, ball 4, walked him on 4 straight pitches.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 23.
Second walk
Phoenix
given up
Keller.
by Hernandez of the contest. Phoenix Keller checks into the batter's box. Phoenix led off the second inning with a fly out to right. His only trip to the plate so far in the contest. Takes the big sweeping curveball for a strike. Keller, 6'3", 260-pounder out of Walthena, Kansas, a sophomore. Still looking for his first hit this season. He's been to the plate 4 times, has struck out. He's been to the plate 5 times, has struck out 4 of the 5. Fouled that pitch back. Cameron Richardson in the on-deck circle. Scotty with runners on first and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the third, with the 5-1 lead by Highland. Josh Grubauer standing at second on an error by the right fielder. Mason Nagel reached on a 4-pitch walk. Keller chased an off-speed pitch outside. And that strikes out.
Now batting the center fielder, number 6, Cameron Richardson.
Strikeout number 1, right, strikeout number 2 for Hernandez. Cameron Richardson, the center fielder, he hit a single to center last time up, put down a bunt. They'll go to first base, threw it in the dirt, but they get the out. That'll be a sacrifice as it moves the runners over. And Adam Miner will now bat, the number 9 hole. Adam Miner steps in, the shortstop. Flied out to right, back in the second inning. Breaking ball in on Miner for a strike. Adam, the freshman out of Omaha, Nebraska, 5'9", 170-pounder. Batting .500, leads the team in runs, hits, doubles, RBI, total bases, slugging percentage. That one caught the outside corner. And the count now goes 0-2. So 0-2 to count. Runners on second and third now here in the bottom of the third. Miner here with a hit would score 2. Off of the fifth, slow roller to third, going to go foul. Been in front of Josh Grubauer coming down the third base line. Scotties will be at home on Thursday, March the 2nd, as they host Labette Community College here at the Community Ballpark. 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock are your starting times. A 7 and a 9 inning game in Jayhawk Conference play. We'll bring you all that extra with Sky Sports Network. Ground ball to the second baseman. He handles it cleanly, throws the first base for the out, and that'll retire the side. Highland leaves 2 on the base paths. They get none on the board. We go to the top of 4. It's the Scotties 5, the Red Dragons 0. You're watching, Red Dragons 1. You're watching the Sky Sports Network. Pernell Green, followed by Juan Martinez and Chris Wright. Due up for the Red Dragons here in the top of 4.
Young Kings, baby.
The 7, 8, 9 batters in the Wentworth batting lineup. Facing Yadiel Pacheco, working his second full inning of work. Pacheco gave up no runs on no hits in the third inning. He struck out 1, walked 1, and hit 1. And he got 2 ground outs to retire the side.
esto me parezco a Feli, ritmo que me ponga, ritmo que pateo para mí, que es la camiseta de Balotelli, todo lo que escupo se pega, Nelly, parece que Santini y a Pico le suple el jelly, mayor de 18 no soy el Kelly, cualquier cosa yo no vi absolutamente nada, estoy sonando a la Andrea Bocelli, háganle la bienvenida, el chamaquito que está listo para desde Quintana llegar hasta la Quinta Avenida, no me importa cuánto tú midas, yo he visto a pana arriesgar su vida, por un C Jordan en su Adidas, para mí la calle es una calle sin salida. No todo el mundo puede irse a la huida.
Throw down to second base. We're ready for some baseball.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 33, Pernell Green.
Pernell Green will lead it off. Green led off the second inning with a walk, but was left on the base pass. Green in his second at bat as a Red Dragon, freshman out of St. Louis, Missouri. Ground ball, third baseman. Bobble cannot make the play. That'll go down as an E5 on the short hop. Cedric Rodriguez at third got ate up by that one.
Now batting number 1, Joan
And
Martinez.
Joan Martinez now will come to the plate. Martinez flied out to the left last time up. Sophomore out of Puerto Rico, batting .286. Takes the first offering from Yadiel Pacheco. We're down low for ball 1. Chris Wright, the second baseman in the on-deck circle. Clouds have went across the sky and covered the sun at the moment. Temperature got cooler all of a sudden. 2-0 is your count. Wentworth Military now 0-4 on the year. The Scotties 5-4 after the game 1. Victory by Highland. Ball through the right-hand side. The runner will hold at second base.
Now batting the second base.
That is the third hit of the ball game for the Red Dragons. That'll bring up the 9th batter in their lineup, Chris Wright, their second baseman. Wright struck out looking back in the second inning. And his only trip to the plate here in game number 2. So the Red Dragons with 2 runners on an error and a single to right. Breaking ball catches the outside corner for a strike. His only trip to the plate here in game number 2. So the Red Dragons with 2 runners on an error and a single to right. Breaking ball catches the outside. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop will go to second for 1. First base. In time they got him. Nice double play by the Scotties. 6-4-3.
Now batting the right fielder, number 12.
For the put out.
John Miles.
The runner goes to third on the play. That'll bring up Jonathan Miles. Miles been hit by a pitch and flied out to the first baseman in 2 tries. Freshman out of Creighton, Missouri. Takes the first pitch upstairs. Ooh, took that one for a strike. That one looked a little high from back here. But the home plate umpire, he's got a clicker and a black shirt, and he overruled me. 0-1. Pitch misses inside. Count goes even at 1-1. A little high from back here. 1-1 down low, 2-1. Nice stop by Grubauer. Pernell Green at third base, he's not going to wander too far off the bag. I doubt he'd even try to come home if he could. Here's the pitch. That one's low and away. Grubauer with another stop. And now the count goes to 3-1. And if you're Yadiel Pacheco right now, you do not want to walk this guy here. You want to get the third out of the inning. Fastball. Strike on the outside corner. 3-2 now. The runner will have to hold at third base as he's not pushed around. Three balls, 2 strike count. Pacheco and Grubauer come to an agreement. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside, missed him. Second walk of the ball game. Third walk of the ball game.
Shortstop number 9, Gabriel Rios.
For the Red Dragons. Second walk. Given up by Yadiel Pacheco. Or Pacheco. First pitch to Gabriel Rios is in there for a strike. Rios 1 for 2 officially, struck out swinging in the third and had a single to right in the first. Swung through that pitch. Took a first strike. He's down the hole 0-2. Rios batting 125, number 2 hole to shortstop. Pacheco hits him in the middle of the back. The bases are loaded. That is the second
Now
hit
batting
batsman of the
the
ball.
third
Make
baseman
that the
number 3.
third hit batsman of the ball
Apio
game.
Rivera.
Second hit batsman by Pacheco. Pacheco now with 3 hit batsmen on the year. That loads the bases after 2 were out. And Rivera now steps in. Then a third baseman batting number 3 spot. Fly out to second and a walk in the third. Pitch high and outside, ball 1. Breaking pitch, strike on the inside edge. Count goes to 1-0 or 0-1. Breaking pitch, strike on the inside edge. That pitch misses. No, caught the outside corner. That one had a big break on him. Count 1-2 now to count, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count, 2 out, and the bases are loaded for Wentworth. Strike 3, got him on a big lollipop curve. Strikeout number 2 for Yadiel Pacheco in the contest. And down go the Red Dragons of Wentworth with the bases loaded in the top of the 4th. We go to bottom of 4, it's Highland 5. Wentworth 1. Top of the Highland lineup due up in the 4th inning. Brown, Austin, and Hanson. As Daniel Hernandez steps back on the hill. Hernandez has given up 5 runs on 3 hits to my count. He's walked 2, struck out 2. He's hit 1 so far in the contest. He's had 3 errors behind him, which didn't help. Again, Highland starts their JR conference play this coming Thursday, March the 2nd, as they host Labette Community College here at the ballpark. 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock are your starts. We'll be here for both of those ball games over the Sky Sports Network. We'll also be on the air this Wednesday, March the 1st, with basketball from Parsons, Kansas down at Labette. 5:30, 7:30 are those game starts. Keyshawn Brown will lead us off, the freshman of Ozaki. He's officially has not came to the plate. He's been hit by a pitch and reached on an error by the shortstop. 2 tries. Keyshawn, the right fielder this year for the Scotties, takes that pitch low for ball 1. Keyshawn now been hit by a pitch 6 times this year unofficially. 21 at bats. Ground ball down the third base line. That's a fair ball. It'll go into the corner. Left fielder bobbles it. They make a strong throw, and they got him. No, he's under it. They're going to say obstruction at first base by the first baseman. Then Keyshawn Brown will go into second base. That'll go down as a single. Then obstruction will send him to second.
Now batting for the Scotties, the second baseman, number 15, Mitch Austin.
That is the 4th hit of the ball game for Highland. Mitch Austin steps in. Mitch with a hit in the contest. A single to center back in the second after a line out to the shortstop in the first. Mitch picking up 2 RBIs in the second inning. And we're going to have a conversation between the base umpire and head coach for Wentworth, Bo Franklin, about the obstruction by the first baseman. Base umpire just told Wentworth first baseman Aaron Schuster he needs to take a walk. The umpire was going to talk to the coach. Conversation is over with. We're going to come back to baseball here. Mitch Austin, the sophomore out of Sydney, Australia, batting .333. So steps into the batter's box. Scotty's 5. Red Dragons 1 here in game number 2. Bluffed a bunt, pulled it back, took it down low for ball 1. Scotty took the first contest today, 17-6. Check of the runner, or check of the second base umpire for the, did Mitch go around or not? And he said no. So 1 ball, no strikes to the Highland second baseman, Mitch Austin. That one down low, gets away from the catcher. Going into second base will be Keyshawn Brown. Brown again with another couple of stolen bases. That will go down as a wild pitch. That'll be it will not be a stolen base for Brown as he went on the wild pitch. Brown now at third base, my mistake. And a pitch by Hernandez. Outside for ball 2. Make that ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to count to Mitch Austin. Mitch taking all the way here, I imagine. Yes, he was, and a strike on the outside corner. So 3-1. A hitter's pitch coming to Austin with Jake Hansen in the on-deck circle. Nobody down, a runner on third for the Scotties here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch upstairs, ball 4.
Now batting for the Scotties.
Walk number 3 given up.
Jacob Hansen.
By Daniel Hernandez. Jacob Hansen now will step in. Jake with a walk and a single. Drove in an RBI back in the second inning with a single to center. Picking up the 3rd hit of the afternoon against Yanel Hernandez. As we're going to have possibly a conversation, pitching change. It will be a pitching change for Wentworth. So Hernandez will leave the hill after giving up 5 runs on 4 hits, walking 3, striking out 2, and hitting 1 to my count. And coming in as soon as I can get a number will be number 21, Joel Diaz, a freshman out of Puerto Rico. And this will be Diaz's first work on the hill this year, according to the stats off of the national website.
Pitching change for the Dragons. Now pitching number 21, Joel Diaz.
Yeah. Look, I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to drain me of my energy. They're trying to take away from it. With the kid and break it. I got girls in real life trying to fuck up my day. Going online, that is part of my day. I got real problems with my family too. I got these that can never leave Canada too. I got 2 mortgages, 30 million in total. I got these that still trouble. I got raps that I gotta act like I like. But my acting days are over for life. Yeah.
Apologize for that noise on your microphone. Sometimes when you're a quadriplegic, you can't use your hand. You have to kind of chew on your knob so you can get the top of the can bottle off, get a drink. So Jake Hansen steps in to face Joel Diaz for the first time this afternoon. Jake again with a walk and a single to center and 2 tries. And that's a balk. They're going to send the runners on. 1 run will come in as Diaz on his first move is credited for a balk. That'll send the runner to second base. So Highland now with 6 runs in the contest. 1 run here in the bottom of the 4th with nobody out. Diaz delivering his first pitch of the inning. That's low and outside for ball 1. Check of the runner at second. And the pitch. Fastball. Down low, says the home plate umpire. Count now goes 2-0. Mitch Austin at second base after the walk. Keyshawn Brown singled to left and came around to score on the balk. Pitch misses inside, 3-0. And Wentworth tried to avoid a big inning by the Scotties here. 1 run across, nobody down. Highland leading at 6-1. And a 3-0 count on the number 3 batter in the Highland lineup, Jacob Hansen. Jake gets hit by a pitch on a 3-0 count. That is the second hit batsman of the contest for Wentworth.
Third baseman, number 17,
First
Cedric Rodriguez.
hit batsman by Joel Diaz. That'll bring up the third baseman, Cedric Rodriguez. Rodriguez 0 for 2 in the ball game. Flied out to second baseman in the first and flied out to center to end the second. Rodriguez batting .333 on the season. Takes the first offering from Diaz for a strike. Cedric with 2 runs on 1 hit, a home run earlier this year. 2 RBIs. He's got a on-base percentage of .667. He's walked 3 times and struck out twice coming into today's action. And a pitch, tied outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to the Scotty cleanup batter, third baseman Cedric Rodriguez. Josh Gruball, the catcher, in the on-deck circle. Highland with runners on first and second. Breaking balls in there for a strike. Count goes to 1-2. First baseman playing in front of Jake Hansen at first. Second baseman shading over toward the second base bag. There will be a hole to the right-hand side. Ground ball. That'll get through the left-hand side. That'll score Mitch Austin. Hansen will stop at second, and Scotties are up now 7-1.
Now batting for the Scotties, the catcher, number 14, Josh Grubauer.
Checking now in will be Josh Grubauer, the catcher. Grubauer's reached on 2 errors, 1 by the shortstop, 1 by the right fielder. Sophomore out of Collinsville, Oklahoma, batting .357 on the day. Check on the runner at second base, Hansen, and a fastball taken all the way for a strike. Highland has got 2 runs across here in the inning, and they still not have an out. Keyshawn Brown led it off with a single to left. Mitch Austin walked. Jake Hansen was hit by a pitch, and Cedric Rodriguez drove in a run. Go to third base. Runner's in there safely. Double steal for the Scotties. The ball got away from the catcher momentarily. So the Scotties with runners at second and third now with nobody down. And right now the Red Dragons are just trying to get an out. 1-1 says the Big Blue scoreboard. And a pitch. Line drive right to second baseman. He makes a nice dive and stab. Gets a double play at second. Cedric Rodriguez couldn't get back in time.
Now batting for the Scotties, the first baseman, number 12, Mason Nagel.
Now Mason Nagel will step in. Mason 0 for 1 officially in the contest. A strikeout swinging to end the first, then walked in the third. Now Mason Pitched low and inside. Ball one. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball in on the fifth. Count now goes to 1-1. Jake Hansen at third with 2 outs here in the inning. Fastball, hard hit ball deep to right. That's going to get past the right fielder up against the fence. 1-1 row score. Nagel will chug into second base, and he is in there safely. Scotty's now with 6 hits in the contest. On the double to right by Mason Nagel. Now Phoenix Keller will come bat. Phoenix 0 for 2 in the contest. Flied out to right. Struck out swinging in 2 tries.
Here we go.
Highland with 8 runs on the board on 6 hits to my count. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit batsman. Make that 2 hits batsman. 0-1 to Keller. That one low and away. Ball gets away. The runner will go to third. Another wild pitch by Joel Diaz. Scotty with 3 runs across in the inning. They got 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the fourth. Wentworth got their sole run at the top of the first. Swing and a miss on a changeup on the inside corner. And Keller down in the count 1-2. Off speed pitch down low. 2-2. Keller struggling at the plate at the moment. I mean, early in the season here, he's now got 5 strikeouts in 6 at bats to my count. Chased the pitch there on the off speed and got him. Strikeout number 3 for the Scotties in the ball game, and that retires the side. We go to the top of the 5th. It's Highland 8, Wentworth Military 1. Due up for Wentworth, Aaron Schuster, Deshaun Waters, and Victor Diaz. The 3, 4, make that the 4, 5, and 6 batters in their lineup. As we've got a pitching change, Yadiel Pacheco will leave the hill. Yadiel threw 2 innings of work.
Pitching change for the Scotties. Now pitching number 21, Jace.
He hit 2 batters, walked 2 batters. Gave up no runs on 1 hit. And he walked, well, he struck out 2. And now on the hill for Highland, number 21, Jace Burdett. Jace, a 5'11", 210-pound sophomore out of Shawnee, Kansas. Got an ERA of 9. Jace with again an ERA of 9. He's got an 0-1 record. This will be his 2nd appearance on the hill. He's working 4 innings of work, 4 runs given up. 4 of those were, or 5 runs given up, 4 earned runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run given up, and 3 wild pitches.
That's all people signify. A lady for baby, we giving them power. The moment you go out and buy it, we give them your dollars. Why they try to define us? By how many commas we got, they don't know what's inside us. But let me be honest, there's something be honest. Yo, homie, preach. I gotta speak on my piece. Man, I can't keep it a secret. The only way that you get acceptance is when you know you don't need it. Yeah, freedom is.
And leading us off will be Aaron Schuster, the first baseman. And the pitch down low will be 1-1. Pitch down low for ball one. Scotty's with 2 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, 3 runs in the fourth. Wentworth with 1 run in the first gives Highland an 8-1 lead here going into the top of the 5th. Pitch in there for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. Pitch off the edge for strike. Or excuse me, ball. That's 2-1. Swung and missed that pitch. Fastball down and in. Count evens at 2-2. Aaron Schuster singled to right the first time up and grounded out to the shortstop in the third, making him 1 for 2. Foul ball off the end of the bat makes the count 2-2. Deshaun Waters will be due up next, the catcher. As Jace Burdett delivers the 2-2, strike 3. They'll throw down to first base for the out. And Burdett with his 4th strikeout of the year.
Now batting the catcher, number 14, Deshaun Waters.
That is the 3rd strikeout of the contest for Wentworth. And that'll bring up Deshaun Waters, the freshman out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. He's currently just did not appear to the plate in this contest officially. He reached on a fielder's choice, second baseman to shortstop, then was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. That pitch down there. He was the first batter to get hit by Yadiel Pacheco, who came in relief. Breaking ball, pretty looking pitch right at the knees for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strike to count. We're in the top of the 5th, heading for 7. And that pitch got a piece of Josh Grubauer. It was hit by the bat, I believe. Josh says he's fine. Checks to the plate. Home plate umpire is going to walk out and talk to the pitcher for a little bit, give Grubauer a chance to shake things off. So 1-2 your count. Back to live action. Deshaun Waters at the plate, the catcher. Batting in number 6 spot. Fouls out a ball back and out of play. Correction, Deshaun Waters batting in number 5 hole. Victor Diaz in the on-deck circle batting in the 6th spot. Fastball right back up the middle. Off of the hand of Burdett. That went off the pitching hand. Burdett said, nah, stay there, guys. I'm fine. So he's going to try to tough it out. Single to center, that'll be for Waters. That is the 4th hit of the ball game by the Red Dragons. We're going to give Burdett a chance to throw the ball here, make sure he's all right. Fastball on the outside corner looked good. Home plate umpire give him a thumbs up and said, let's play some baseball. Victor Diaz will lead us or
Now
step
batting
in.
number 17, Victor Diaz.
Diaz 0 for 2 in the ball game. He flied out to right to end the first and then grounded into a 6-4 put out to end the third. Burdett still stretching his fingers on his left hand. As he took that ground ball up the middle off of his pitching hand. Fastball high and outside, throw down to first base. Was close, but in there. Waters at first base. Burdett with the 1-0. That one outside, 2-0. Scotties will be at home on Thursday as they take on Labette Community College. 1 and 3 o'clock are your starting times. They'll travel to Parsons to take on Labette on Saturday to finish out the 4-game series, the Jayhawk Conference. First conference action by both Highland and Labette. Fastball down the heart of the plate. Foul back, 2-1. We'll bring you action from Parsons on Wednesday. The Lady Scotties and Scotty basketball against the Lady Cardinals and Cardinals. 5:30 and 7:30 are starting time. So basketball, baseball, and then basketball again. Coming up next week. Fastball misses outside. 3-1. Runner on first with 1 down here in the top of the 5th. Highland with a 8-2 lead here in game number 4, this 4-game series. Scotties have won all 3 so far. Pitch outside, call it a strike. 3-2. Right now, Burdett just wants a ground ball anywhere. Fastball, got him inside corner. And Victor Diaz will take a slow walk back to the dugout.
Now batting the designated hitter.
Second
number 33,
strikeout by Jace
Pernell
Burdett,
Green.
his 5th of the season. And that'll bring up Pernell Green. Green walked to start off the 2nd and then reached on an error by the 3rd baseman to lead off the 4th. He was stranded on the base pass in both those innings, as Wentworth has not scored since the top of the 1st. Pitch from Burdett is a strike. Runner on first with 2 down in the top of the 5th. 8-1 lead by Highland here. Pernell Green at the plate, a freshman out of St. Louis, Missouri. Still looking for his first hit as a Red Dragon. That pitch in their first strike. Count goes to 0-2. Jace Burdett working his first inning of work here in the contest in the 5th. Has given up a single to center and 2 strikeouts. That one just missed outside. 1-2. Could not get Pernell Green to bite on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. 1 on is your count. Coming on 5:01 p.m. Central Standard Time. Ball down and in. Breaking ball. Nice job again by Gruball behind the plate to keep the runner at first. Now the count goes 2-2. Fastball low and inside. Ball. Runner go down to second base. He is in there safely. No, they got him. And if I was Wentworth, I'd be arguing that because the tag was on the back side of the leg. But we get to throw out a second, and that'll retire the side. We go to bottom of 5. Highland 8, Wentworth 1. And we're going to have some lineup changes here for the Scotties as Coach Doolin is talking to the home plate umpire. So we'll have to double check and see who comes up. Joel Diaz returns to the till. Highland with 8 runs on 6 hits to my count, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 2 hit batsmen in the contest. The Red Dragons have committed 3 errors to my count in the contest. Cameron Richardson will lead us off, followed by Adam Miner as the 8 and 9 spots in the Highland lineup. Joel Diaz working his first full inning of work.
Fielder number 6, Cameron Richardson.
Cameron Richardson batting 200, freshman out of St. Joe, Missouri. Single to center in the second inning, then sacrificed back to the pitcher in the third. And throw down to second base. We're ready for some baseball. So Cameron Richardson, the center fielder, will lead us off here. And the first offering from Joel Diaz. After a long look at the plate. Is a fly ball deep left center. Back, back, back. That's going to go over the fence as a ground rule double.
Nice job.
So Richardson found a hard spot in the outfield and it bounced over the fence.
Adam Miner.
That is the 7th hit by the Scotties. That is the first double by Cameron Richardson this year. As Adam Miner will step in. Miner 0 for 2 in the ball game. Flied out to right in the second and grounded out the second baseman in the third. First offering to him is a ground ball down the third base side. That's a fair ball. That'll go to the corner. That'll score. Richardson going into second base is Miner with a double. So back-to-back doubles by the Scotties.
Now batting for the Scotties, number 1.
Put the run across the line. Now batting for the Scotties, number 1, Tony Nichols. Tony, the 5'8", 155-pound sophomore out of Fargo, North Dakota. Came in and pinched hit in game number 1 this afternoon. He's going to bat for Keyshawn Brown, who was 1 for 1 in the contest officially. He was hit by a pitch, reached on an error, and then singled to left. So Nichols at the plate with a runner on second. 1 run across already. Ball goes off the glove as Schuster pretty well gave it an old lay at first base. 1 run will come in, and the Scotties have back-to-back-to-back doubles. I'll have to back that up. That's an error
Now
on the
batting for
third
Scotties,
first
the second
baseman,
baseman, number
E3.
15, Mitch Austin.
Mitch Austin now steps in. Mitch with a single up the middle. Back in the second inning for 2 RBIs. He's walked and lined out to the shortstop and 3 trips to the plate. Mitch has scored a couple runs this afternoon. Batting 400 in the slugging percentage, batting .333 overall. Pitch outside. Count goes to 1-1 on Mitch Austin, Highland second baseman. One count. Fastball catches the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike, says the home plate umpire. 2-1. That one down and in low. The runner will head for third base. No throw will be made. And the Scotties have a runner at third in the body of Tony Nichols. Nichols reached on there by the first baseman. Went to second base on the play. Now went to third on a wild pitch. Scotty with 2 runs across here in the bottom of the 5th. Lead it 10-1. Pitch outside, ball 4. So second walk of the contest
now batting
for
for
Mitch Austin.
fielder number 22, Jacob Hansen.
That is the 4th walk given up by Wentworth in the game. Jake Hansen now at the plate. Jake's walk, been hit by a pitch, and singled to center with an RBI. Jacob Hansen pitching in the number 3, or hitting number 3 spot, the left fielder. Swinging away for a strike. Pitching the inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Scotties again with 2 runs here in the 5th. They got 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the 4th. Have taken a 10-1 lead. Wentworth has not scored since the 1st. That one down in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher for Wentworth. Deshaun Waters with a nice stop. Kept runners at the corners. 2-1 to Hansen. Pitch misses outside. A fastball did not catch the edge. The count now goes 3-1. Hansen should have a good pitch to swing at here at 3-1. Because if you're Diaz, you do not want to go to walk the bases loaded. And he swung at a bad pitch. Ball got away. The runner will stay where they're at. Now the count goes 3-2. Jacob swung at ball 4. So 3-2 to the batter. The sophomore out of Shawnee, Kansas, Jake Hansen at the plate. Diaz comes to the green with his catcher, and here's the payoff pitch. There goes the runner, ball 4. He walked in. Bases are loaded full of Scotties with nobody down.
Now batting the third baseman.
Highland with 5 walks now in the ball game.
Rodriguez.
Cedric Rodriguez steps in. Rodriguez 1 for 3 unofficially. Flied out to second, flied out to center, and single to left back in the 4th. And he hits the batter. That walks in another run. And that'll be your ball game. Final score of the contest on the hit batsman. It's Highland 11 and Wentworth 1. The Scotties take the 4-game series as they win 2 this afternoon. Highland winning the first contest 17-6 and 11-1. Scotties go now to 6-4 on the year. Wentworth drops to 0-5 on the season. Want to remind everyone that coming up on Wednesday, it'll be Lady Scotty and Scotty basketball from Parsons, Kansas, 5:30, 7:30 your starts. Then baseball returns on Thursday, March the 2nd. Scotties will host Labette Community College here at Community Ballpark, 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock for JL Conference action. For all guys upstairs, this is Russ Carn saying good night, everybody.